Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. Thanks for coming along here. It's great to see so many of you at such a strange time to do a live stream. Bit of housekeeping first. I'd like to give a shout out to John Shinall, and there is one other person, but their name has escaped my list. So thank you to two of you for becoming I think it's legendary members on the YouTube membership thing of my channel. If anyone's interested in becoming a member, just click the join button below. You get lots of cool perks and stuff with Discord, as well as behind the scenes footage and all of that other good stuff. On to some news. We're going to talk about some news first. Also, you might have noticed that this video is actually sponsored for the first time ever by bestkeycaps.com. Go and check them out. There's a couple of links in the description for all my different setup, which is a first for the channel as well. And yeah, I think that's all of the housekeeping stuff. So let's have a look who's in the chat here. We got Jolty on Twitch. Welcome. And yes, we're doing this on Twitch as well as YouTube, which is great. Rodrigo says, is DC on Twitch too? Yes. There's a bunch of questions coming in already, which is great to see. Let's swap over though to the other screen and have a look at 3 news articles that I thought were worthy of mentioning in this video. So, we have NSA, Microsoft promote a zero trust approach to cybersecurity. The National Security Agency and Microsoft are advocating for the zero trust security model as a more efficient way for enterprises to defend against today's increasingly sophisticated threats. Yada, yada, yada. Same stuff as before. Zero trust is a long-term program, or project rather. And the important bit of this article is down the bottom here. Zero trust embeds comprehensive security monitoring, granular risk-based access controls, and system security automation in a coordinated manner throughout all aspects of the infrastructure in order to focus on protecting critical assets, which is data in this case, in real time with a dynamic threat environment. So it's pretty big news. It's this image here is pretty much the kicker of it all, where you can see how this automation is essentially going to flow through in a basic workflow image. So yeah, it's kind of good to see that this is happening with the NSA/Microsoft. Definitely worth having a look into though. Let's head on over to the second news article. This week in ransomware. Now, ransomware is something that I pretty much have to talk about every single news thing that I do. I haven't done a news in a little while because it's pretty much the same thing all the time. People get hacked, which is what's keeping us all in jobs, which is great to see. Let's have a read at the top of this and then we'll go down to the important bit, which is a bit further down. The number of attacks has slowed down after the winter holidays, but after the past 2 weeks, it's evident that ransomware attacks are back at full speed. Who would have thought that the ransomware guys out there took a slight break just to maybe just to chill out. Maybe they went to the beach. Who knows? Over the past 2 weeks, we had some significant attacks, including attacks on discount car and truck rentals, an alleged attack on Kia Motors / Hyundai, UL, Tito Every, Ecuador's Ministry of Finance, France, and its large bank, Banco Pichincha? Sure. Anyway, the important bit here, on the technical side, we learned that Riot now has worm-like functionality, allowing it to spread to other Windows devices. That is concerning. That's super concerning. It's a pretty worrying thing. So, yeah, welcome to everyone on Twitch, by the way. We've actually got like 2 people on Twitch or 3 on Twitch, and thanks for following me on there, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, so yeah, that's a pretty massive bit of news there about the worm functionality of Riot. If you don't know what Riot is, it's a pretty serious malware / ransomware out there. It's been around for quite a while now. So definitely worth looking into if you want to learn about ransomware and potentially worms in ransomware. This is going to be an ongoing news story for at least a year, I'd say. Next news story. Stalkerware volumes remain concerningly high despite bans. So, COVID-19 impacted volumes for the year, but the US moved into third place on the list of countries most infected by stalkerware. According to just published Kaspersky, 2020 lockdowns related to the global COVID-19 pandemic, but a dampener on installations, but the scourge of privacy-busting software still invaded the lives of many at-risk individuals. Now, I'll just try and find the bit that I thought was useful. Here we go. We see the number of users affected by stalkerware has remained high, and we detect new samples every day, said Victor, someone's name I can't pronounce, research development team lead at Kaspersky, in a media statement. It's important to remember that there is somebody's real life story behind all these numbers, and sometimes there is a silent call for help. Now, I'll just jump back to the me page here. So, stalkerware is just one of those things that it's also been around since essentially the beginning of the internet, and before the internet there was more analog versions of it as well. And it's something that can really ruin someone's life. You can really mess with someone with different types of stalking, and I would highly recommend anyone who's into that sort of thing to stop. It's terrible. So, to see it sort of still at a very high rate is definitely of concern to me, at least. I'd like it to sort of drop down if possible, and I'd like to see some more machine learning techniques to tackle these sort of modern problems here. So, let's jump into the chat and have a look at who's asking questions and what's going on. We got Zach Wesley Brown, long time no see. Welcome back, Mr. Zeidel. It's good to see you here, man. Saw a video of someone injecting ransomware into Wi-Fi coffee maker. This is Z on Discord just popping in. Awesome. Welcome. And not so awesome seeing ransomware on a coffee maker. IoT devices are notoriously easy to break into. So it's depending on what they are and etc. There's a really good story about. There's heaps of good stories. One good one is about some hospital equipment that was running a Windows 7 IoT setup, and it was obviously very vulnerable. And another one which was in a teddy bear. It was like a kid's teddy bear that had cameras and microphones and all sorts of stuff. And you could like talk to this teddy bear and shit, but it could essentially almost talk back. It was like Chucky in real life. That's some terrifying shit. You wanna instill horror into a child's brain since a very young age. Hack into their teddy bear. That will do it. Govinda Gupta says, hey, how you going? I'm good, man. How you doing? Pahul Preet says, just discovered your channel. I'm a beginner in cybersecurity. Yada, yada, yada. Yep. I'll get to some questions soon. Anmol Singh from India says, love from India. I love you too, man. Jolty is just chilling. So yeah, let's get some questions in here. Let's get the conversation started. If anyone wants to live chat with me, I'll quickly bring up the chat thing. Just bear with me 1 second. Live chat box. There it is. So, if you want to have a chat with me live, you can do so by joining my Discord server, jumping into the waiting room live voice chat thing, and I'll come and drag you up into the other one that no one can see. And yeah, we can have a chat. So, let's go through some of these questions here. How can I find a good CyberSec news Discord? Any recommendations? Yep, I've got one in mind. I've got a news feed it's constantly being updated automatically. It's basically an RSS feed that grabs lots of different websites and puts them into my news feed. If you want to find out what my Discord is, it's literally written at the top of this page. It's the biggest text you can see. Discord.gg/DC CyberSec. Jump on in. Yeah, and I'll drag you into the live voice chat. There's no one in there at the moment, which is good. So I'll keep answering questions. Someone's name in what looks like Russian says, how are you, DC? I'm fantastic, man. Anmol Singh says, question, what are some good cybersecurity startup ideas? I don't know exact ideas. I know a few, but some of them I'd rather not say. The way to figure out any idea for a startup is to solve a problem. That's how all startups begin, right? Find a problem in the industry or a problem with some sort of system that's already exists or something like that. You have to find a problem, and then your startup is to fix that problem. The thing that most people do when they try and start a cybersecurity startup is they don't solve a problem. They just do what everyone else is doing. So there's a few different startups at the moment where people are trying to automate large amounts of the projects that are going on and then sell that software as a service to different MSPs or for in-house scanning of larger environments so that people can essentially do it themselves without having to worry too much about paying a cybersecurity team to do it. There are problems with that, of course. Things are missed, and usually some sort of team has to have a look at it anyway. But it's it's definitely something worth looking at if you want to start a cybersecurity startup, to find a problem and fix it. That's my advice to you. Rodrigo Linux on Twitch says, DC, do you... Oh, where's the chat gone? DC, do you know where I can practice pen testing for free, but on Windows OS? I'm looking for a website like VulnHub with Windows VMs. I guess you could just... Well, there's TryHackMe. Like, there's lots of different Windows-based rooms on TryHackMe. I don't think any of them are free. I'm not too sure. I'd have to check that. But the subscription is like $10 a month, so it's not really expensive. It's like 2 coffees. So yeah, TryHackMe, probably the one I would recommend. Apart from that, there are bug bounties that you can do, which you can use any computer for. So that's also worth looking at as well. There's another one called Hack This Site, or I think it's Hack This Site. Hack This Site. I'm pretty sure it's called Hack This Site. You can jump on there, and they also have a bunch of Windows rooms. I don't know if they're free either, but yeah, have a look at that. All right, let's see if anyone's in the voice chat yet. Dr. Zeedle is. All right, I'm going to drag Dr. Zeedle up, and we'll have a chat. Dr. Zeedle, welcome to the live stream, man. Are you there?
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how you been?
Nice to see you. Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
It's good. What you been up to?
Well, actually, I've actually been talking to John Hammond, just yesterday.
Oh, nice. How's he going? I haven't talked to him for a little while.
He's doing pretty good. He was talking a little bit about some projects that he was working on, but I just showed him. I found this bug on Discord that Discord didn't want to fix with a friend of mine, and so we just showed him. It's more of a social engineering bug.
Okay.
But he found it really interesting. He's probably going to make a video on it, which I'm pretty hyped about. Sweet.
Okay, that's cool. That's kind of cool. There's a thing on Discord going around at the moment where if you send a certain type of video with some sort of encoding, if someone watches it, it crashes their Discord. I don't know if that's still going around, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I've seen that. I think around a few places. Nah, I'm not messing with that, man.
Yeah, no.
No way.
Not getting into it.
How have you been, man?
Yeah, not too bad. I just did a video this morning with the Haunted Hacker podcast, which was kind of fun. I'm talking with a guy called Mike Jones.
That. I saw you post it.
Yeah. So that was fun. It goes for like 2 hours, I think. I was talking for. So,
Wow.
Pretty. I don't know when it comes out. I think he's gonna like cut it up into different segments and, make it a thing or something like that. I'm not too sure, but yeah, that was pretty fun. So that was me this morning. Apart from that, I've just moved into this new place recently, last month-ish, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just apart from that, just still working and doing the same old shit.
Sick, dude. I've honestly been looking for really, really good podcasts. I found this one called The Hacker Next Door, which is really interesting. There's this guy who talks to just it's finished now. but he just talks to a bunch of varying hackers from all sorts of places.
That's pretty
black
cool.
hats, people from the NSA and stuff like that.
Ah.
But yeah, honestly, I need one that's more updated and present. So I'd have to check that out.
For sure. There's another one that I was watching ages ago. Not the Swindled podcast. There is another one, Darknet Diaries. Is that still going?
I think it is. I've listened to a few of them, but I think they are I think they're definitely still around. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll be back in 1 second. Someone's just knocking on my door, so bear with me 1 sec if you guys want to talk.
No worries.
The mic's all yours,
I'll
man.
keep them entertained.
Okay, thank you.
I'll keep them entertained. Yeah. I just see Arman A. What age is too young for cybersecurity? Yeah, exactly. As Card ZZZ said, there is no age too young, man. Anyone can jump into this stuff. I'm pretty young. I've got a friend of mine called Jackson who's pretty young, and he's been bashing it out, lots of work. As well as that, favorite coding language from Travis Walter. Right now it's actually JavaScript. I know Node.js. Loving that. Very easy. Much better than PHP. Yeah, and then other than that, Python. Python's just a brilliant language. Real easy to use. Basically English. Are you able to jump into cybersecurity with no prior experience, but have CompTIA certifications? So you need to start. Honestly, certifications, I sometimes doubt the need for certifications. They're really useful, and sometimes jobs require you to have them, and if they do, you do need them. But you can jump in a field in lots of ways as long as people can see that you're talented and you're showing your skills. If you get a few bounties and get some public accreditation on somewhere, some wall of fame, you can use that as something to show your experience. And as long as you just, make a good impression in the interview, you should be fine. And most jobs can be remote, so you don't necessarily have to be there to do it, man. So honestly, you can get it from any place and from any age. You don't really need too much background experience. It's a pretty good field.
That was random as hell. I'm back.
What was that? What was that about?
It was a guy from up the road who decided to, he's like growing dragon fruit, and he decided to bring some around, which was very nice of him. Yeah, it was just really bizarre. Nice. I was like, oh, thank you. So random.
I'll take that. Dude, I've only seen dragon fruit once in my life. I've never tasted them before, but they sound real interesting.
They're pretty good. It depends which one you get. I think these are, I don't know if it's one of the pink or the white ones, but yeah, it looks good. So so random. I was like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Nice to see you. Thanks for the dragon fruit. I
guess. Yeah. I'm like, I'm in the middle of something right now. I'm gonna go. I think he's just lonely, like wanting to have a chat. Oh shit. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks for keeping everyone going there.
Yeah, I've just been answering questions from the chat, and I'll get your opinion on this actually. I did my piece, but Deferral Owl says, are you able to jump into cybersecurity with no prior experience but have CompTIA certifications?
Yeah.
Or do you need to start from a help desk network systems admin role and work your way up from there? What do you think? What do you think about that?
What was your opinion? I'm curious.
I think certifications. I mean, I kind of doubt their need. I haven't really got any certifications. I haven't really worked on that recently. I've just been doing like bug bounties and stuff like that, finding bugs in systems.
Yep.
But I can definitely see the need. Like if a job's like saying you must have, CSEC or any whatever CompTIA certifications, Security Plus, then you're probably gonna need it if you really want that job. But as long as you're showing that you are competent and that you can, do what you're saying you can do, get some wall of fame, get your name on some wall of fame, make a good impression, show that you can code, maybe do some projects. People generally, I think it's less the certifications and more the impression you make on someone that allows you to get a job.
Yeah, I think that the certification thing is good, but experience is definitely a bigger hitter. Especially if you have like passion projects that you can show off, that sort of really gets you in the door. Yeah. With a CompTIA, where was it? Are you able to jump into CyberSec with no prior experience but CompTIA certifications? In some cases, yes, but in most cases, no. To be honest, most places are looking for someone with a degree as like an entry and some sort of experience in something. So, yeah, it's unlikely, but I mean, it's not impossible. It depends a bit on who you know as well. I would probably, I mean, you can gain experience from doing help desk and network systems admin and all that sort of stuff, that's the most common pathway into cybersecurity I've seen these days. But I mean, there's different ways to skin a cat, basically. So yeah, you can get in that way. It's just unlikely to get in with just certifications.
I'm starting uni tomorrow, actually, and we're in lockdown, so I'm online. I'm studying computer science, so that's probably going to be the way I'm going to get in.
Yeah, you'll be
just
sweet.
Through being software engineering.
For sure. Yeah. That's going to be fun, man. I'm going to grab someone else. There's a guy in here called Nikonova. I'm going to drag him into the voice chat here. Nikonova.
How you doing, Nikonova?
How's it going, man? You got to unmute yourself.
There we go.
There you are. You're in the live stream. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Sorry if I come up a little bit pessimistic, right? But I'm about to graduate with an associate's with computer networking and cybersecurity.
Yep.
Right now I'm doing the whole applications and stuff, but man, just going through these job postings and all these internships that they want you to already have experience for a position that's already supposed to be entry level.
Yeah.
Or that is supposed to be an internship, I don't know if it's the boomer bosses that don't know what kind of job entails, or it's the HR ladies that don't even know besides how to use an Apple computer and Microsoft Excel, right?
Yeah.
But just going and looking through the requirements and what they want in the applications is pretty soul crushing.
It is a little bit. Don't let it get to you though. So there's a lot of positions, like the majority now are asking for so much shit, like ridiculous amounts of experience and all these certifications that don't even apply to the job. And it's because I pretty much blame HR entirely for this, but it's a lot of the time it's them posting ideally what they'd want, but they still do look at other people who don't have all of that experience, because the majority of the applications are going to be people without that sort of experience or certifications. So with a degree or the associate's degree that you said you have, do you have any sort of experience on the back of that as well, or any sort of projects that you're working on that you can show off?
I mean, passion projects, like me and my friend, we made a Plex server that we rented. I'm the one that did the whole installation for the server.
Yep.
I got the backend working. He's the one that just added on Docker, and he has the physical machine, right?
Yep.
But I SSH'd in and basically did everything for the OS and everything.
Nice.
He just did I need this plugins, I need this stuff, but other than that, for example, I know VMware pretty good, I know Oracle pretty good, so virtualization is not really a problem.
Yep.
With VMware, I know the whole ESXi hosts, I know vSphere, vCenter,
Right.
I know Cisco Packet Tracer, so I know how to configure it, even if it's a very basic stuff, right?
Yep.
I at least know how to make it a VLAN, how to add the TACAX plus server, how to encrypt everything, how to run RIP2, how to not have everything unencrypted and basically free for stealing.
Right.
I think what DC is really asking though is that it's all good knowing that's perfect, but you've got to have some way of showing that skill.
That's exactly what I was going to say. So if you could take all of that massive list of sysadmin and network knowledge that you have and put it into one situation, task, action, and remedy type situation, HR absolutely works off a thing called this STAR methodology, which is exactly what I just mentioned. Situation, task, action, resolution. So you put yourself in a thing where you say, there was a situation where I had to build a Plex server to be able to live stream video with my friends. So these were the tasks that I performed. The actions that happened as a result of that were whatever. And then the resolution that we fixed in the end was this. If you lay it out in like a story mode like that, they'll actually understand what you're talking about. But if you just sort of rattle off, I did ESXi host and Cisco packet tracer, it'll go straight over their head and it just won't get through. So if it was me in your position with those sort of skills, which are really great to have, definitely, I would put it in that sort of methodology, storyline type of conversation. And I reckon they'd be pretty impressed with that, because that's really good knowledge to have.
I mean, literally for one of my finals last semester, this was like I forgot what the class is exactly. Give me 1 second, I can check that out. So yeah, enterprise networks. We were given this really complex Cisco packet tracer file. And we had to find out exactly what it was that was wrong with it. And it was literally the most minimal stuff. It was a little RSA misconfiguration, but it literally took 3 weeks for it to find it. We basically had like a month to work on it, but I found it in 3 weeks.
Nice. Well, yeah, that's your situation, task, action, and resolution right there. So just explain it in a story, basically, and make it sound more interesting than just I fixed a misconfiguration. And it's, yeah, that sort of stuff it goes really far in an interview. So I would definitely mention it like that if I was you.
I just got a private call from sorry to interrupt, but I just got a call from a private number, and I think someone's gone through, done some OSINT on me and found my number.
All right.
So that's fun. But that's all good. No, I was going to add on to that and basically say, for me, might be a bit difficult in your situation with, doing sysadmin work and some of the stuff you said there, man, it went right over my head. I don't do sysadmin stuff. I work with servers, but I don't do that kind of stuff. For me, I just build Python projects or web server projects that I can then show off as, I built some open source code for someone to spin up just to make their own little resume website, portfolio website. I'm working on some projects for building ethical hacking, like pen testing tools. So if you can use those kind of projects as things you can set your name to, for me, that's what I perfect for me to be able to put projects to my name.
Sure.
People can see the code I built. People can see the work I've done, and know if I'm the right fit for them or not.
For sure. I'm going to drag Nikonova out of here now. Thanks for having a chat, man. It was good to have a chat with you. I'll just drag you back into the waiting room, and I'm going to grab Light of Odin and bring him up here. Light of Odin, how's it going, man?
Hey, brother, how you going? Not too bad.
Yeah, pretty good. What's up? What can I help you with today?
I'm gonna be straight out, man. I just thought I'd jump here and see what the commotion is. I saw that you were streaming, so I thought, come in and say hi.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, all right, sweet. Welcome to chat. I'm going to grab Crash99 as well, and we can help answer his questions. Crash99, how's it going, man?
Hi.
Can't hear you. Oh, what? You there? No?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he was there.
Oh, he went back.
Sorry, you there? You good? Sorry, I couldn't hear you, so I dragged you out.
Commotion.
Yeah.
The commotion.
No, you're right. How's it going, man? What can I help you with?
Well, just a couple of things. First question, how to get into CDFs, capture the flag tournaments.
I'll go first. There's a website called CTFtime dot something. I can't remember what it is. And they list out CTFs that are happening all the time. There's a huge list in a schedule that they just show different CTFs. The fun way to do it is to build a team of friends and try and tackle them together. You don't have to win it to have fun. You just have to learn something new, and that's the easiest way to do it. There was one yesterday which finishes in about 1 hour's time called the Aero CTF 2021. I went in there guns blazing, thinking I'd do great, and I didn't complete a single task. But I still had lots of fun talking with the guys. Yeah, I mean, that was good. There's lots of CTFs on like Try Hack Me and Hack the Box and Over the Wire and many other websites out there that are great for learning. So, yeah, it's to get into a CTF, you literally just have to open one and get started.
Right.
Yeah, I agree
thanks.
with that.
And-
I think to learn how to do CDFs, I just do boxes, some like Try Hack Me or whatever. Get your mindset around, thinking about the actual challenge itself. I find John Hammond's videos on doing boxes, he does it live and kind of shows you his thinking.
For sure.
A little walkthrough of it. I think thinking in that way with a CDF is usually pretty good. Most CDFs, at least the low level ones, you get into and as he says, CDF time, they usually kind of use the same as challenges, so you can sometimes do it, but it's not nearly as fun as just grabbing a group of friends, jumping in, seeing what things you can do, and trying new things out that come into your head. It's a really good way to get your methodology kind of working.
Absolutely. And there's if you're in university or college as well, there are sometimes CTF teams within the cybersecurity clubs that do like mass group events, which are pretty fun as well. So I'm not sure if you're in university or college or anything like that, but yeah, that's also a good way to jump into CTFs.
Right. Actually, the universities are just basically useless. They don't even know any. We barely have a computing science.
That's unfortunate. That's all right. You can still
masters.
learn at your own pace, aside from the degree piece of paper that you're going for. So yeah, just jump on any one of those websites and have a look around and have a play. I've actually got a video called "The Best CTFs for Beginners," and it lists a whole bunch of CTFs that I reckon are good for learning the base knowledge of like problem-solving CTFs. My favorite type of CTF is the crypto ones, where you're basically doing like Da Vinci Code type stuff. All those ciphers and things. They're my favorite ones, but they're pretty low level, to be honest. The harder ones are I just give up on the harder ones. I like the OSINT ones as well, actually. However, they are extremely frustrating, so keep that in mind. All right.
Right. I also had a couple more questions.
Yeah.
So you must be aware of Django, Spring Boot that work as a backend. One is with Python, other is with Java.
Uh-huh.
So, in your opinion, how secure are they against pen testing?
Oh.
Because I know for a fact, there's the query set that is generated in Django is totally off limits from the user input itself. So SQL injection is far-fetched.
Yeah.
And what else? Brute forcing is something that we can evade with API concepts or two-factor authentication. So in your opinion, what about these two frameworks? I've not worked with the Java backend, but I've worked with Django. So according to you, how susceptible are they to cyber attacks?
This is to give a bit of disclosure. I don't do much with programming languages at all. My pen testing experience is more with cloud network environments and like things like Azure and AWS. So these sort of languages are a little bit out of my reach. Dr. Zeidel, maybe he's pretty good on the old programming.
I haven't. Yeah, I work with Node.js, but I've never really worked with Django, as you said. But addressing what you said before, brute forcing right nowadays, I don't think is really a viable.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, it doesn't really go too far, really.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Wastes
occasionally
a lot
you
of
might
computing
just
power.
you might occasionally just try an admin on something like that, and that'll get you some money.
Always works.
It gets you a little bit of a gets you a little bit of a bug bounty. Like, oh yeah, your credentials are terribly shit.
You'd be surprised how many places have like a dev end that replicates their actual portal that has admin as a password.
Yeah, and as well as that, you'd be there's actually a lot of professional websites, professional companies whose internal tools, the password is plain text in the JavaScript. So the JavaScript checks the if the password is equal to admin or whatever. And so there's a lot of small things like that. But honestly, when it comes to real vulnerabilities, it requires a lot of creativity. So yeah, two-factor authentication is thrown, brute forcing out the window, or sometimes phishing out the window. Phishing attacks are less dangerous because of old mate two-factor authentication, but there's still ways of getting around that. I think vulnerabilities are constantly a evolving thing. The bug bounty field is constantly evolving. You just have to change with the pace.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all I can really say on that.
For sure. No, I think that's pretty solid. But yeah, sorry, man, I don't have too much knowledge on programming languages myself. There is a guy in the waiting room, though, who I'm going to drag up. His name's Jackson. He may have some insight. Hey, Jackson, unmute yourself.
What's up, bro?
Hey, what can you tell me about Django? And not Django Unchained, the language.
I was just about to say that.
Django!
Who are we talking about?
Jesus. We're talking about Django, the programming language? Or at least
Ew.
web framework?
Yeah, no experience.
The
with it
one
whatsoever.
provided by
Oh,
God damn.
Jackson, you got J on your name.
Fascinating
Man.
fact.
Yeah. Your name is so close to Django. Actually, I'm going to
I-
rename you to Django right now.
Alright. Oh well. I was honestly just wondering, DC, if you could speak a bit about the concept of overqualification, because for me it's sort of hard to grasp the idea that you can be like too skilled for a job. So I was just wondering, like, sort of, how that all works.
Okay, the way over certification and over experience works is it happens a lot with international students who in their country need to have that experience or certification to be able to get an entry-level job, but then decide by the time that they're ready to get a entry-level job, they move to another country like Australia, and they're way overqualified, like master's degree, 10 years experience, like all this crazy stuff that is like mid to senior management over here. So that happens. Yeah. There's also the case of people who are like local here, and this sort of happens in other countries as well, where they're in university or they're in school and they start doing certifications before they've graduated, like way before they've graduated, and then they've skipped the experience piece, which is probably more important than the certification piece, and go to get a job, and they have like a security plus, a OSCP, a CCNA, a CCMP, like the list goes on of crazy certs for entry level, and they have no experience on the back end. They're just super overqualified in certifications for the job.
Yeah.
And those certifications are also very close to coming to their expiration date as well. It's like a quick way to spend a lot of money. So if you want to learn those things and just not list them on your resume, that's perfectly fine if you've got the money to do so. But if you're wanting to do like a normal route where you just want to spend the money to get the job, the easiest way is to have a degree. Just before you finish, get a CompTIA, Security Plus, or an OSCP, or both if you really want, and go with that. That's like the staple for entry-level SOC analyst type jobs, or even junior pen tester jobs, especially the OSCP, obviously not the Security Plus. That won't really help you in a pen test role. So yeah, you kind of have to focus on what job you want to get, and then get like one key certification, and pretty much a degree is standard these days, and go from there.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, I hope that answered your question for you.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say quickly. Sorry about that. I agree with that completely. I personally don't really. I mean, there's a value in that a job might ask you to have this specific certificate, but I think that there's much more value in just getting stuck in. I thought doing bug bounties was impossible for me, and then I just started doing it, and I was finding successes left, right, and center. So I just think people should get stuck in and start seeing if they can get into the field before just jumping right into certificates, which is what most people usually do.
For sure.
Right on, right on.
Right on. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
All right,
Django's the right name for you,
All
man.
right, Django.
Django's the right name.
Yeah, you get Django.
Yeah.
Yep, you've got it now sucked in. I'm gonna grab the Grand Pew and get him in here.
Hell
for a
yeah.
Short bit. Mr.
Oh yeah, it's going good. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
How can-
Okay.
You got a
Okay,
question
yeah,
or?
I'm gonna ask a question. Yeah,
Yep.
I do. Okay, so what's the value in university these days? Because I'm currently doing TAFE, but like, I'm just wondering if going to uni is actually worth it.
I was literally just talking about this, and the answer is yes, because most of the entry level positions require a degree. You can get there from doing TAFE though. I did the exact same thing. I didn't like after school. I went to TAFE and did a. It was called network engineering at the time, but it was basically like slightly harder computer studies from high school. So yeah. I did that, and then after that I went to university and used my competencies from TAFE to take away time at university. So that worked out pretty good, I guess, for me. But yeah, I would say university is almost required, depending on who you know and exactly what position you want to get into. If you want to just do bug bounties forever and become an absolute king of the bugs, yeah, you don't need to do anything for that really, apart from learn at your own pace.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Okay. Thank you for that info.
no worries. Do you want to stick around in here, or do you want me to drop you out?
No, I can stick around.
All right,
That sounds
cool. I'm going to answer a couple of questions here.
This is a lounge now.
Yeah, it's not a waiting room anymore. It's just the casting couch. Jeremy Richard said, watched all of your videos 8 months ago, and it helped my journey. Oh, thanks. Maliha Wahab. Sorry about your name. I can't pronounce it. Hi. So many supposedly cybersecurity entry-level jobs require so many years of work experience. How to go about this graduating from college, even with a cert? In college or university, sometimes you can do different placements or internships. A lot of the time they're not paid. Sometimes they are, usually they're not. That's usually the best way to go about it if that's an option. Otherwise, there's always the other option of trying to get a job in an MSP type environment. I've been talking about MSPs for years, which is a managed service provider. And the reason I mention them is because they cover so many different types of technology, not just security. You'll also be doing networking and sysadmin and help desk essentially. And with that sort of experience, it's usually pretty good. It's a fast learning environment, which is also pretty good. You don't have to stick around forever. In fact, most people who work in MSPs leave within around 12 to 18 months. They don't stick around for long because it's such a hard job, and they usually find whatever their passion is while they're at that MSP to then move on from there with that experience. MSPs also help pay for certifications because they need to keep constantly certifying their employees so that they can get different levels of partnership with different vendors. So, for example, they need a certain amount of CCNAs in the business to be able to sell a certain type or support a certain type of Cisco product. The same thing goes for things like if they want to manage Palo Alto or Checkpoint firewalls at different organizations, they need to have some people who are certified to get into. So if you go into one of them and they will give you like some random tech test to do, and it's usually pretty easy to get through. They just want to make sure you sort of know what you're doing, and yeah, go from there. That's my advice on that. Next one is from Jeremy Richard. He said, I'm aiming for a help desk role as an entry after my certificate. Would you say that's a good way to enter the field? I literally just answered that question without meaning to, so yes. There's lots
hey
of other
DC,
stuff,
can
yeah.
I add something as well to that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, jump on in.
Yeah, man. Okay, sweet. So I was in that situation actually around a year ago, and you know, before COVID was just about to hit, and like I totally get it. Like it's really hard to land your like first cyber role. Sometimes like it's even as easy as just ensuring that your LinkedIn is fully complete. You've put literally everything there that you've done. Even your own projects that you do in your own time, like home labbing and stuff, is a really powerful tool. The way I actually kind of landed my job was I literally just DM'd a CISO, and just, you know, like he just saw like how passionate I was, and he, you know, he's just like, yeah, I'll meet you next week. And, you know, just from there, you know, you kind of just show them what you do, and they can kind of read your passion. And a lot of them, you know, at the end of the day, they're normal people. And if they see that you're really strong suited, they will hire you. And like sometimes you won't have the experience, you won't really have the, I guess, years or experience, and the certifications at times, but they'll actually help you leverage that, you know?
For sure. And I was actually talking about passion projects this morning on that Haunted Hacker podcast. And the other guys in there were also saying that in hiring positions that they were on, that they did have guys come to them with these amazing projects. Some of them even incorporated into their own business as an actual product. So some of these sort of passion projects do really, and showing that sort of passion for the industry is definitely an employable point. Like there's that guy, Ryan Williams, who I was talking with a couple of weeks ago, who went from, it was like a mechanic or an engineer or something like that, where he didn't know much about IT and then dived real deep into it. Hasn't got any certifications, no experience at all, but just did his own self-learning, rubbed shoulders with a lot of people, and ended up landing a job within like 6 months of just messing about with cybersecurity stuff. So yeah, I mean that's a very rare case. That doesn't happen often. So don't think that's sort of
that's the exception, not the rule.
Exactly. Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
That happen a lot.
Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen, and it's crazy. But so now he's studying for the OSCP, which is great. Because he's now got the job, and they need him to do the certification to be able to prove to their customers that this guy knows what he's doing. So yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy how that could actually even happen, to be honest. But yeah. Oh dear. All right, Rocker ZZ from India. I want to get into CyberSec industry as an ethical hacker. Just give some guidance, it will be helpful. My best advice to you is to come back for these live streams, because they're just oozing with guidance and information. That's exactly what they're designed for. So stick around for those. I don't think there's anyone in the waiting room. I'll have a quick look. Nope.
Nah, we've got no one.
All good. Sweet. Okay. Well, yeah, thanks for coming along, everyone. I'm going to end the live stream here and go back to watching Star Trek. I hope you all have a great Sunday night or Sunday morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And yeah, cheers for watching. It's always fun doing these live streams. So thanks for coming along. I'll see you all in the next one.
Thanks, man.
And yeah, cheers for jumping in the live chat, boys. It's been good.
Bye.
See you, fellas.
See you
Bye,
guys. Take
Jackson.
care.
Bye, Jackson.
See you, Django. Alright.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm gonna end
Thanks,
this here.
everyone.
Yeah, see ya. Alright, well that was fun. Yeah, as I said, thanks everyone for coming along. I'll be doing more of these live streams over the next few months, probably. I'm trying to get 1 or 2 of them done every week, because I feel like it's really good to connect with everyone on here and talk about the things that you actually need to hear. Learn the things you want to know, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. If you do want to become a channel member, click the join button. it does definitely help out the channel. If you could like the video, that would be amazing as well. It'll boost my views for anyone else who wants to come back to this. And yeah, check out bestkeycaps.com. Check them out. They're supporting the channel, which is great. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Catch you later, guys.